Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss yet another important set of Tableau interview questions. Let us get started without wasting much time. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So on the screen, you are seeing the questions for this company that are shared by our subscriber. Let us thank him. So the first question is, what is the complex challenge that you have faced in project? Now, this is one very important and repetitive question that is being asked many times in many interviews. So we need to have a proper prepared answer for this that we can do. Okay. So this is something that we can prepare in advance because challenges in project can be related to your data. Like say your data is inconsistent. You are getting data from multiple tables. Okay. That is causing delay in dashboard load. How are you trying to solve that? Or the volume of your data is very huge and you realize that the data that you need, you're taking more than what you need. That is again one optimization that you can do. So again, these are all challenges related to your data. We can talk challenges about dashboard design as well. Okay, so there can always be challenges related to how a client wants his dashboard to be. So some designs are pretty straightforward. Okay, some might require complex design perspective. Some might require functionality perspective. Again, functionality challenge. So some feature that the client is expecting might be available, might not be available. Again, that could be another challenge that you have, or simply implementing a scenario in Tableau. This could be your another challenge that we can talk about. Like say example, we will take YOY, calculation. You realize client wanted to have year over year growth in Tableau. Okay, so from your perspective, okay, we will know the standard formula to calculate year over year growth. But say assume your data is inconsistent. You did not have any date fields. So in that, this calculation will become very cumbersome. You need to write big calculations to find out your year over year growth. Your data is not available. Okay. So you do not have what is needed to calculate this kind of challenges we can always talk about in terms of complex challenges that you have faced. So the other challenge would be collaboration. See, when we are working in a project, there are chances that we might need to work with multiple teams. It can be your DB team, it can be your BSA who is giving you requirement, it can be your testing team who is testing your report, or it can be collaboration with business to understand what they need. So challenges can come from any side. We have to be prepared. So the more you work on different scenarios or more you work on different projects, the more experience you will get in handling all of this. But these are definitely and worth saying or talking in interviews. So this is the first thing. Second is, what is the size of your data? Again, this was one of the very common and repetitive question that was asked in interview. And still, I think many of us have this question in mind. What should I answer? When they says what is the size of your data? It is for majority of the projects you take, data will be in millions. So it is always safe to say that. Okay, it can be beyond that, but we have observed from many subscribers as well, and from many developers perspective also, data in millions is something that we see in common. So you can always tell that. Okay. Now, who will migrate reports in Tableau? So this is one important question that is being asked many times. Okay. See, your role, defines what you do in your project. Okay, so if like say if I go with the standard protocol, developers, it is a pure developers role. Okay, developers role. So developers role is to develop reports, test the reports, and move it to different environments. So this is one of the critical activity of a Tableau developer. We have to take care of moving reports from one environment to another environment. That is what he is asking about. But say client has more budget, he is allocating a separate resource only to migrate. That is his problem. But as a developer, in most 90% of the cases, you will see that we are the ones who will be doing migration to different environments. So once you do successfully develop a report in development environment, you move it to test environment so that testing team can test that report. Once you get a sign off from this testing environment, you move it to production environment. So that is how it goes in real time. Okay, so remember this, we are the ones who will migrate the reports. The process can vary from environment to from project to project, but the standard protocol is logging into the report from here, server, sign in, and then simply publishing your workbook to that particular environment. So click on sign in. You have to sign in to the environment that we need to do, connect our databases of that environment and publish it. Okay, so we need to remember that step. Okay, so I'll just write it on here. Download the report from current environment, like say dev. Okay, connect databases to the environment that we want to point to. Like say we are moving it to QA. So QA tables. Okay, so from dev tables to QA tables, you are first connecting your tables in your database in your reports. Like say here in we are currently connected to sample superstore in one environment, right? Now after downloading, we have to connect it to QA tables of QA environment. Okay, after that is done, validate the report and check if it is loading or not. So once that is done, again sign in to QA environment now. Now what do we need to do? Again, go to your Tableau. So from here, you need to click on this server and sign into QA environment from here. Okay. So once that is done, you need to publish the report. Simple. Okay. You just need to click on server and click on publish workbook. It will be published in that environment. Okay, so these are the steps that we need to follow when we are publishing the or migrating the reports from one environment to another, or when we are publishing in the report. Explain your day-to-day activities as a Tableau developer. I think I have already created a detailed video on this, but in short, if at all I want to talk, then I would say first thing we'll always start by checking the emails. Based on that, we will know what we need to do on that particular day. Okay, so we will be getting tasks assigned, by on-site team, whoever is working, or you might be in a Scrum or in a sprint that you are working, and you will already have a deliverables that need to be completed in your current sprint. So if there are no emails from on-site team or onshore team to specifically work on a dedicated task, then you will try to complete whatever is assigned to you in that sprint. Like say sprint will last for 30 days. In that 30 days you will be given to develop two dashboards or one dashboard, whatever, based on the complexity. So you will try to complete that in that given sprint. So it need not necessary that every day you should get an email asking you to do something. On once in a while they'll create this sprint, and in that they will assign you two stories, and then you have to simply work on that. Okay, and you have to log your hours in Jira. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, meanwhile, parallelly, we might connect to DB team every day or often to find out about the data. Okay, if there is any data load issues going on or any new data is expected, you might connect to business. We might connect to business to clarify doubts. We will have, or again, I'll write, we might have calls with business and internal team regularly to find out the updates on the tasks assigned to us or on the questions asked in the email. It can be anything, but mostly this is how it will revolve around. Okay, so you can always talk, just by tweaking something from these points. So that would be a day-to-day life of a Tableau developer. Next, again, what does fixed and exclude LOD do? So if I go to Tableau here, and again, if I try to add category and subcategory, and if I take sales, this is our normal sales, right? Okay, so which will update based on the level of data that I have. Like say I am at a category level, so it is giving me sales at a category level. If I try to drill down at subcategory level, it is giving me sales at that level, right? But whereas if I talk about LOD, one of the powerful functions of Tableau, I'm just trying to write fixed LOD. And if I try to write, like say fixed is again my scoping word or keyword we call, it will start with the flower bracket followed by the type of LOD you are trying to write. We are trying to write fixed LOD. So I'm just using fixed as my scoping word, followed by dimension. For now I'm writing category followed by aggregation. This is the standard syntax that we have for an LOD expression. First is your scoping word or keyword, followed by the dimension that you are specifying, and then one aggregated measure. Okay. Now, if I try to use this in my view, okay, I'll just try to bring it here. Okay. So now observe what is happening. Our sales is fixed at the category level. Okay. So if I put here, now the level of aggregation in the view matches the level of aggregation given in the LOD expression. Both are at a category level and both are being used. So category is in the view and category is also in the calculation. So that's why it is working perfectly fine. Okay, it is giving us sales at this. But now if I try to remove category from my view, it will give me sales at an overall level. Even if I try to take another dimension here, region, see our sales is working normally, but this is not working. Why? One important thumb rule for fixed LOD is whatever the dimension you are specifying in LOD expression, that has to be used in the view. So here we are specifying category in the calculation, but we are not using that. So what is that doing? It is giving us sales on the overall level. So that is something that you need to remember whenever you are creating calculations in Tableau, or especially with respect to LOD expression. Now, category level perfectly fine. If I'm trying to drill down at subcategory, even though my sales is getting drilled down, my fixed is not drilling down because we have fixed at a category level. That's why it is at that level only. Now we can also specify multiple levels. Okay, now it is giving us perfect. Now my intention is I want to find out minimum sales at the category level, subcategory level. Okay, now see how I am doing. I'm trying to first find out my sales at the subcategory level, category and subcategory level, and I'm fixing it. So what are the results? We got these values. So this result I am passing on and I'm trying to find out minimum value at a category level. So for this I'm trying to solve it using exclude. Okay, and I'm trying to exclude subcategory from my view. Okay, colon minimum of whatever we have in this. Now if I try to apply, what is it giving us here? It is giving 95 here, right? Okay, we will put it something like this. Okay, 95 minimum sales, 8,500 is minimum again here, 157.45 again minimum from here. So using exclude LOD function, we have tried to solve this option. So you can use again a different LOD expressions and solve the same thing, but just as an use case I have done here, because here he has asked what does fixed and exclude LOD do. So just to explain that scenario, I have taken this. So if you know the alternate scenario or alternate solution to this, do comment it in the comment section. Let me see how many of you can answer that. But this is again a very repetitive and very important question in terms of LOD. So next is again, what are the use cases of URL action? I think you all can answer this. Okay, pretty straightforward. How do you calculate year over year growth? Year over year growth means, see, remember, whenever you get such question, always try to remember the standard formula to calculate your year over year growth calculation. Your current year sales minus your previous year sales by previous year sales into 100. It is something like this. So you need to find out this. So once you get this, you can easily write calculations to build. So it can be your YOY, it can be your month over month, or it can be your quarter over quarter, whatever it is, it will be standard function. Now, what do we need from this? We need current year sales and we need previous year sales. So simply I can go here. Okay, I'll try to create a calculation for my current year. So to get current year, there are multiple ways. Either you can simply hard code the maximum date, like say if I go and take order date on filter shelf, and if I take years, we have data from 24, 23, 22, 21. So 24 is our latest year that we have in our database, right? So that would be our maximum. So I cannot go and check every time like that. So I want to find out max year that is there. Okay, so I'm just writing. Okay, and I'll simply use LOD function max of year of order date. Okay, and I'm using a table scoped LOD here. Okay, so without specifying any dimension, I'm simply using a flower brushes. This will consider the entire database and give us the maximum year. So if I click on this and if I try to bring this, let us convert this into dimension. 24 we got, right? So now basing this, I'm trying to calculate my current year and previous year sales simply. Okay, I'll write current year sales. Okay, if our year of order date is equal to max year, simple. Okay, then give us sales, and else it is zero for us. End. Okay, click on apply. This is your current year sales. Likewise, we do want to find out previous year sales. So I'm simply editing it and I'm just writing PY sales here. And here, what I'll do is max year minus one I'll do. So it will go back to my previous year, right? So that is another way. And now I can find out growth here. Your current year sales minus, so we can write something like this as well. Sum of current year sales minus sum of previous year sales divided by sum of into 100. Something of this sort we can write and we can try to solve this. Okay, so this will be your year over year growth. Likewise, try to solve it for month over month, quarter over quarter, and all of that you can do. Okay, so that is about your year over year growth. So there is also other method that we can do. Okay, maybe using Tableau's built-in functionality, but for that you need to remember what all we need to take in the view and then use it accordingly. So I'll just try to swap it. If I click on this quick table calculations, and here we have year over year growth, you can simply use this to find out your year over year growth. Okay, so two methods you can simply talk. So if I just do quick table calculation year over year growth, and if I just double click, you will see what is the formula Tableau is using to find out that it should be very similar to what we are doing here. So your current year sales minus your previous year sales divided by your previous year sales. Okay, so again, next is how do you create a waterfall chart? So again, for that, I'm just clearing this off. I am taking subcategory here, and I'm just dropping my sales. Okay, and then what I'm doing is I'm just trying to convert this into running total, which will be now accumulative sum of that. So now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to create a negative value for that. So I'm just writing minus sales, and I'll write minus of sales, simple. Okay, apply. Okay, so this marks, I'll just try to convert it into Gantt bar here. We got lines, and I'll just take this sales and drop it on size. You got your waterfall chart. Now if at all you want this to be in different colors, you can take your subcategory and drop it on color shelf. Okay, so this is your waterfall chart ready. Next is after UAT sign off, who will migrate Tableau reports? After UAT sign off, we are the ones, or we in the sense Tableau developers will be the ones who will migrate the reports. See, or remember always it is our task, it is our duty to migrate reports to different environments till production, like I said above. Okay, so we have to successfully hand it over to the production team so that they can take care of it. Next is again, now these were the SQL questions that were asked. Okay, so let us go there. Okay, so again, write join syntaxes. This is one standard question that is being asked in every interview that you go. Okay, so simply we can write here, select, your columns that you need to do from, this is my table 1 and this is my table 2, from EMP, inner join department on the condition. So we can specify inner join or left join, right join, you know, full join or outer join. Suppose if you want to do a self join, okay, then I can simply write EMP again here, and then I'll write EMP2, but here I'll write EMP uh, E2, I will write here EMP E1. So this will become your self join. You're joining it with the same table. Okay, this way also you can do. Okay, but just we need to remember what are we getting from uh, this table and what are we getting from this table, so that you can give proper aliases. Now because we have changed the aliases, it is giving all the lines, otherwise it should work. Okay, now next question is how do you find duplicates in a table? Very simple. Okay, select your column name, whatever the unique column is there, like say employee number and count, department number I'm taking. I'm just trying to find out count star. So what will happen is, if there are multiple entries, it will try to give me the count for that. So if I try to execute that, okay, so there are no records, right? So that is why it is not giving. So we'll just try to run this. Okay, see, everything is one here. If there were more than one here, that would have been executed here, which it will indicate that there are multiple entries for same combination. Like say for employee name and department number, we have multiple records. Like say clerk is there and department 10 is there. Again, if we have same entry, then it will give me as a count to that record will come here. So that we can eliminate. Now, how do we eliminate? So always remember, when you get a question to find out duplicate, next question will be how do you remove that? So for that, what do we need? We need to find out a row number for each of them, right? So that is what we are trying to do here in this, in the second SQL. How will you write a query to delete duplicates in a table? So I'm just trying to run this to show you what is that we will get here. So here if you see row number, we are trying to find out. So if there are again any duplicates in this, we can remove it simply. Okay, so we are using row number to find out row number partition by employee name and department number. So for every combination of employee name and department number, it will give an entry, right? So here, if there is same name, so we will get 2 here. Like say Adams is there 20, and again another Adams is there in 20. So that row number will be 2, right? Because we do not have any unique, any repetitive here. All row numbers are 1. If there is row number 1 more than 1, then we can delete it simply. Okay, so that part you need to understand again. So what is rank here? Rank is a window function that will assign a unique number to the measure that you are specifying based on ascending or descending order. Example, salary is there, right? We want to rank salary here. So I'm using rank over order by salary. Simple, I'm trying to do. Okay. So if I try to run this, it should rank based on salary. Okay. So what is the mistake here? Okay, you see here. 5,000 being the highest, it gave the first rank. Now there are different rank functions that we can talk about. There is dense rank, there is rank unique, rank modified, rank percentage, all of that we can talk. And based on that, this ranks, that is how different rank numbers will be generated. Like say, whenever we have repetitive values here, 3,000, 3,000 is there. Next number got skipped, 3 got skipped, 4 it gave. So that part you need to understand. Now again, what is difference between where and having? Where is like, it is not assigned on group by, whereas having is assigned on a group by. So this is on an individual level, this is on a grouping level, we can apply. Okay, let's say simply we will write here select ename from EMP where department number is equal to 20. Simple, right? So we are not using any having here. So but whereas having will work something like this. You see here, it is on a group by having we have written like that. So that part you need to understand here. Okay. So again, what is the write a query to get nth highest salary? Again, for that, first we need to find out the rank for each of this. So we can use this CTE function to find out that third salary here. I think this is one of the most repetitive question that is being asked many times. So I think that's it from my side in this video. I hope you have learned something new. If it does, don't forget to give your valuable feedbacks in the comment section. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.